I'm going to show you the number one place in Canada to buy Bitcoin today and the ones you must avoid. My name's Darren. I'm a Canadian. My friends and family would tell you I've wasted a lot of time and a few dollars on Bitcoin. The price would tend to say different. So there's a bit of hysteria in Bitcoin, and you're probably thinking, how do I get some? Where do I buy it as a Canadian? So I've gone through the ringer and tested a lot of these exchanges, where it's easiest, where it's most difficult, and ultimately the best place to buy Bitcoin, and I'm going to show you that right now. Let's cut straight to it. I'm going to show you the ones I do not recommend for Canadians, the ones I recommend for Canadians, the one you should stay away from completely, and the number one place that's a no-brainer, super easy. You could get Bitcoin in 15 minutes. Okay, how will I rank them? They will be ranked on number one is ease of use here in Canada. So how do you get your money in and out? Second one's the spread. And so this is how they make money. Third is reputation. So reputation is super important. They got all your details because they have to follow KYC or know your customer. So they're going to be holding all your information. Okay, so let's start with the ones I do not recommend for Canadians. All these I recommend I've used myself. They have great spreads. They have great reputations. But here in Canada, it comes down to ease of use. Our banks don't really like to communicate with American banks too well. So to get your money in and out, it is really a challenge and has been a challenge for me on these specific platforms. Now, moving the Bitcoin around is no problem, but the money transferring in and out is the big problem. And that's why we're trying to move away from traditional currency into cryptocurrencies that are decentralized, so we never have this problem. So number one is Coinbase. There's a ton of videos on Coinbase. They got good spreads. They got tons of cryptocurrencies. They've been around for a very long time. They have a lot of backing. They have their own stable coin, which the government is currently using. The only way to get your money into Coinbase to purchase Bitcoin is through a wire transfer or through a credit card or debit card purchase. Now, here in Canada, I have a top 5 bank. You probably know what those ones are. Both the transactions on my debit card got denied, and my credit card got blocked by my bank because they're Coinbase cryptocurrency. Now, this was a couple months ago, and even a couple years ago when I used to do it, it would get blocked. So Gemini is the second one you probably heard of. They are backed by the Winklevoss twins, the guys who started Facebook, something like that. Same problem with Coinbase. The only way to get money in and out for me is to wire transfer. And wire transfer, again, is going to cost me an $18 fee, US. And I do not want to do that, plus my foreign currency transactions. So that's just something I don't want to do. There's a way easier way to do this. Third is Binance. I've had the same problem with Binance. Probably one of your biggest, oldest cryptocurrencies out there, has everything you need. But again, my big 5 bank credit card gets declined every time, so I'm done with that. Okay, so let's move on to something easier. So these are Canadian exchanges. So they're built for Canadians, so ease of use is a lot easier. We can e-transfer in. Okay, so my first go-to is Coinsquare. You might have heard of them. They took out a front page ad once in a paper, which the ease of use is great. E-transfers go in. However, they do take 1% of your e-transfer, about 1.5%. Sometimes they do sales. So Canada Day, they'll have a sale, or like when the market's really hot, they have a sale where it's free e-transfers. And there's a 1 to 2 day holding period. So that's why I don't really recommend Coinsquare in that particular area. And also the reputation has been hit. They actually leaked some customer information. This was from their CRM data. So it wasn't technically their software. It was some employee who got their CRM out. So there's about 5,000 people with their information leaked. Next one I've used is Coinberry. So they have 0% deposit fees, unlike Coinsquare. Now they do have high fees because I don't think they're as well known or have as much traffic on this specific platform. So their spread is a lot higher than your typical Coinsquare, Coinbase, or somewhere else where you're going to find it. My e-transfers work right away, and I got that free $20 in referral, so at least for that one transaction, super happy. I'm not really going to go back there because of that high spread. Now, the place you should not go, and you probably know about it, is Wealthsimple. They even have a Bitcoin commercial, which kudos to them, all for it, let's go. More Wealthsimple, keep it rolling. All their fees are great. There's limited money to start. You don't have to invest, like say $1,000 minimum. They don't take any of your percentage off the top, so the fees are great if you really just want to buy a little bit. When you purchase Bitcoin on Wealthsimple, Wealthsimple holds that Bitcoin. It is not in your possession. You just own a CFD. This is a contract saying you own the Bitcoin, so you don't technically own it yourself. Wealthsimple owns the Bitcoin, and you own the contract that says that Bitcoin's actually mine, Wealthsimple. Wealthsimple is kind of a new company. They haven't been around that long, and you could definitely see a day or picture a scenario where they go under and Wealthsimple's gone, and so is your Bitcoin, because you cannot take your Bitcoin off Wealthsimple, and this is the main reason why it is terrible. Not only do you not own the Bitcoin, but you can't move it off the platform. So this means you cannot store it. This means you cannot earn interest on it. This means you cannot gift it or put it in a will. This means you cannot trade it for any other cryptocurrency. If you're just there for the gains and you're only spending $100 or $1,000, yes, Wealthsimple, easy, get started. But if you're really serious about your money and safekeeping it, picture it 10x's that $1,000. You now have $10,000 in an account that you can never take out. All you can do is switch it back. And if they ever go under or decide to lock you out of the account, you can't do anything about it. So that would be the reason why I would not recommend Wealthsimple for people who are looking at this as a long-term gain. It kind of goes against everything Bitcoin stands for, and that is the decentralization, self-ownership of it. Okay, so the number one place I recommend is Shakepay. The best thing for me is ease of use. When I send an e-transfer into my Shakepay account, it is there within like 8 minutes. This doesn't happen on Coinsquare where it takes 24 hours. Coinberry took a couple hours. Literally 5 to 10 minutes. It's in my account. I'm buying Bitcoin and transferring my Bitcoin out into my wallet. So theoretically, you could purchase as much Bitcoin as you want in about 15 minutes, which is amazing. I don't think there's any other app out there in Canada that allows you to do that. And it's all free outgoing, so anything you take out, you're not going to get that fee on. Like Coinsquare takes 1%. So if you take money out, it's zero fees. $10,000 you made, you get $10,000 into your account. So the spread, they don't really advertise it on their website. But for me, I've noticed it's actually very close to the actual price, which is amazing. Now, the only cons I see with Shakepay is they don't have a lot of cryptocurrencies, but this isn't really a problem because it's a video of how to buy Bitcoin, and that's where you should start. So just the positives of it is it's super easy to use, fast transactions, never had an issue with it, and very low fees. So couldn't be better. Couldn't recommend Shakepay more. You can start with the link below. I think you'll get $10 in free Bitcoin or something like that. So again, $100, $10 free. You're already up 10%. It's a win. All right, thanks.